A couple different conversations have come up lately along the same topic, and as these people express their regrets, that's kind of what they want to get off their chest, and regrets that they had. Each one, I had to pause them in the conversation. When someone wants to get into these different things, and it gets heavy, I never want to minimize it or distract the conversation, but I also want to help them put the regret that they think they're having, that they are having, in the proper perspective for them. And when I say the difference, I just kind of did it right there, that they are having or think they're having, the two different things right there. There's a difference between thinking you have something and having something, and it might be regret or it might be something else, and that's where I think perspective and setting on it can help you put it in its proper box, so to say, just to help you get it in alignment with the rest of your thoughts and what you're trying to do to move forward past it. Because often we can hold on to regrets a little too long, and they turn out to be a cancer cell inside of us that can chew us up a little bit. So that's why I'm kind of getting into this one, and why I said what I said to them. And what I said was the regret. Maybe I'm wrong that it doesn't go across the board with all regret, but I think a lot of it does, because it's attached to a certain part of pain. Because usually, to me, it has to do with lost time or bad decision or just something you wish you would have done differently. I mean, it probably sums up a lot of it. That's what these conversations had to do with. So what I did, these instances that they came up, I wanted them to pause the conversation and remind them that the person that they were at that time was not the same person that was sitting next to me talking about this regret. Who they were, X time ago. Literally, not the same person that is here right now, right? Today, like, as I am not the same person talking into this thing that I was even 6 months ago, 12 months, whatever it was, a decade ago. And I hope you can relate to that and kind of feel the same way, that who you are today, hopefully, is not the same person you were at fill in the blank of any time ago it was. So that's one thing that I wanted them to make sure that they were able to recognize, that yes, you may have some regret on it, but understand, and you got to let it go, because you're not the same person you are now than you were then. And to me, the equalizer in it, or the kind of the lenses that help focus in on it, unfortunately, is the pain you feel about the regret. Because without the pain, the lesson wouldn't be there. The pain and the regret, they go hand in hand. I'm not sure if there's any other way. I might be wrong. Maybe someone could message me and let me know that there's something inside of me that I'm seeing it this way, and maybe there's another way to look at it. But the pain is needed. Without it, the lesson wouldn't be there, and you wouldn't have this feeling in your soul that it can distract a lot of your life. So if anything, as much as it sucks, and I kind of get into this a lot, you have to be thankful of the pain you have for the vision you have now, because now you won't do it again down the future. So it's almost like swapping out the word regret for a lesson. And as much as it can hurt, and if it's a good one, it's gonna be concrete for you and make you never make the mistake again, or not even a mistake, but make you never make the decision again that gave you this pain. It better be a good pain. It better be a real one that's gonna sink in deep. Because if it really is a regret, it really should hurt, so that it reminds you next time the lesson pops up, you're able to make the right call. Again, whether it has to do with spending time with someone, decision making, really doesn't matter. That's kind of where it all comes down to. Unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with death, things you can't go back on. And that's really the thing. That's regret, right? Like, you can't rewind the clock. And I talked about this a little bit of a podcast that I haven't put up yet. I gave a pregame speech a couple weeks ago, and the only thing I know, I only really had one for the season. I'm glad I got my one off. But the only thing I know in life is this mystery clock that we have ticking above our heads, that we don't, and it's counting down. That's what I told the kids. It probably maybe it's a little too dark, but we got this clock over our heads that's counting down. We can't see it. We don't know how much time. We don't know how many days out. We don't know when it is. But eventually, it's going to get down to 0.01. And you better hope you have no regret when you get to that spot. So you got to learn a lot of lessons as you start moving You got to be aware of yourself. You got to be aware of the people around you. You got to be aware that as much as we can shoot down this vacuum of life like on a speed train of just flying by the years, man, about to be 2020 and all that bullshit, but you have to you really have to press pause on how you operate your life and make sure you're really getting the most out of this thing, that you're putting the most into this thing, that you're, you know, trying to level up your atmosphere for yourself, for your loved ones, for the people near you. And to me, that's the only way that's the only way you're going to get to that 0.00 with no regret. Cool. So I hope it's useful to think about things. Like I said, the kind of got a little off track with it, but like I said, the regret and the pain should go hand in hand to teach the lesson, and be thankful for it. You know, it's a week of Thanksgiving. There's some right there. It's a good dark one to start off Sunday night with. Be thankful for your pain, because without it, you wouldn't know how to really move forward with big improvements. I believe that. So, happy Thanksgiving.